Well, there's a huge amount of background to this case, and the offending took place over a number of years. But a former Met Police officer, 44-year-old former PC Adam Provan, has been convicted, and he has just been sentenced to a custodial sentence of 16 years in prison for the rapes of 2 women over a 7-year period. Now, the 2 victims are very different. One of them he raped 6 times over a 2-year period. She, a fellow police officer. All of these offences taking place while he was a serving Metropolitan Police officer here in London. Now, she apparently we know she went to the Metropolitan Police in 2005, alleging a number of things against him, including harassment and assault. But it wasn't dealt with, certainly as far as she was concerned, well enough. He only received a formal warning, as it were. He was moved to police stations, and that left him free, as far as the judge was concerned, to attack another victim. This is a 16-year-old girl, 5 years later, and he raped her in a park. This was in 2010. Now, that victim was just 16 years old. He, at the time, a 31-year-old police officer. He told her he was a 22-year-old man. He took her on what she thought was going to be a date to the cinema, but instead he took her to a park and raped her twice. And the judge today talking about the huge psychological impact, the trauma that this put on both of his victims. The judge also saying that Provan, this former police officer, had an extended history of allegations of sexual misconduct. This was coming from the prosecution. Much discussion in court as well about the fact that Adam Provan had some 751 numbers on his mobile phone, female contacts, some of them quite young women. The judge, in sentencing him today, saying he had a fascination bordering on the obsession with young women. Judge Lucas telling Provan that he displayed a cold-blooded entitlement to sex, then before immediately behaving, he said, as though everything was completely normal. And the judge also found time in sentencing Provan today to say he was really troubled by the way the Metropolitan Police had handled those initial complaints about Provan's behaviour when they first heard about them from a fellow officer in 2005. The judge saying that those who dealt with them at the Met Police were more concerned with looking after one of their own than taking her seriously. And had an investigation, he said, been taken forward, possibly the 16-year-old victim many years later would have been spared the trauma of what she went through. So this is 44-year-old former PC Adam Provan, who has just been given a 16-year custodial sentence for a number of rapes of 2 different women.